Hello and welcome to Tarot Sherpa. I'm Christine, and today I will be doing a reading from the Wisdom of the Oracle deck by Colette Baron-Reid, illustrated by Jenna Della Grataglia. I've just completed a review for this Oracle deck, and so if you're interested in seeing all the cards and learning a little bit about the author and the artist, I will put a link to that in the description box below. The guidebook that comes with the Oracle deck doesn't really have a great deal of unique spreads. She's got 1 card, 2 card, 3 card. Just Oracle decks are a really great way if you just want to start your day with a little bit of insight. You can pull 1 card, read your definition, and then see how that plays out in your day. And it's been very rare that I've pulled an Oracle card in the morning, which I do every morning, and not had it be relevant at some point in the day. Sometimes it's actually, been extremely beneficial in in doing a reading before going to work, because then you kind of know what you're going to get into that day. And life's full of surprises. So what I'm going to do today, we're going to do a 3-card spread. They're not coming up face up, so I'm going to put them back in the deck. I'm going to do a 3-card spread. It's going to be, it'll be a 4-card spread. We'll have a foundation card. We'll do a present action card and then option cards. I like options. I think a lot of people like options. And so we'll see what we can do with the situations at hand. Okay. Enough talking. Let's cut the cards. So our present situation is mending, card number 52. Mending, let me put that right here in the middle. Let's switch cameras here. So we've got mending here as our central card. So let's look at the definition of mending here. Let me consult what Colette's got to say. It's the last card in the deck, number 52. Forgiveness, making amends, healing after arguments. The Oracle's message is that each time we are hurt and allow the hurt to pass through us without understanding and integration, we accumulate unwanted burden. This keeps us chained to the very things we need to heal. Pain, memories, the echoes of resentments, and the arguments that we rehearse over and over. Or, I'd like to add, in my own personal opinion, bitterness. I tend to absorb that. So if you want to throw that into your pot as well, be my guest. Now is the time for mending rifts, healing wounds, and letting go of the old hurts in order to reclaim your power. Reclaim your power. Yes. Now is the time to forgive, to release, to make peace, to make amends, and set yourself free. So, we are at a position where it is time to free ourselves. And sometimes that's hard because we tend to hold on to those resentments and those bitternesses and the record of wrongs. And most of us, and myself included, we keep those just a little bit too long. Any time is too long. All right, what's our foundation? What's going to help us? What's going to support us in this time of mending? Yang. Okay. So we had the last card in the deck, and now we've got the first card in the deck, Yang. And Yang is that external energy, that fire, that passion, that push. So what is going to help us in this time of mending? And mending seems like a very subtle, very inward thing, but our passion and our fire is what's going to keep us going forward. So, and Yang says, Yang represents the power of action, the energies that propel the world forward, manifesting thought and desire into concrete form. Now is the perfect time to act, for you can easily build momentum and make headway. What you want will come to fruition if you proceed confidently. This card signifies new life. So new life is what's being offered here when we concentrate on healing those past hurts, and we've all got them. They're all in our pocket somewhere. How many have you kept? And piece by piece, it's not something, healing is not something that you just, boom, you're done, you've healed, yay. Healing's a process. And speaking as somebody who's gone through a healing process, sometimes there's weird little hurts in there that you don't understand what they're really referring to or why they stick around, but they do. And you just kind of have to let yourself sit in that emotion for a minute or two, sometimes longer, and just feel it. Just feel like, wow, I'm disappointed in myself because I disappointed somebody else. What does that really feel like? Why do I feel that way? Let me just feel it instead of pushing it aside. And when you allow yourself to just feel it, it dissolves. It passes. Sometimes it comes back, but a lot of times it doesn't. A lot of times once you just take that minute to observe yourself and observe your emotions, you can be free of them. All right, so let's look at a couple options. I feel like shuffling a little bit more. Options, please. Option, breathe. Breathe. So breathe is what your first option is. Just take that time to breathe. Don't worry about getting upset over something all over again. Just breathe. Just breathe through it. Just breathe. And realize that you're safe and you're okay. And you're in a place where you can be observant and not be trapped by something. All right. What's one more option? All right. New life. New life. Oh yeah, this is beautiful. So here we have our options. So going from the need to mend, we all need to mend. And I love we have these little fairies with their little thread spools, and looks like they're making a little banner. But breathing and new life. And that's what this is how you get to here. It's not so much a series of options as it is just a series. Mending, breathe through it, new life. And it becomes a cycle. I'm going to actually rearrange these just a little bit so we can kind of see the cyclical nature going on here. You've got your yang energy underneath, and then you're mending, breathe, new life. Mending, breathe, new life. Something else comes up, you need to mend it. Just breathe, new life. And it's surprisingly simple and physically hard sometimes to be able to really get self-aware and just be the observer of your emotion and what it makes you feel like. Why does it make you feel that? And to clear it out. Just clear it out. Breathe, new life. Okay. I hope that this was helpful to you. I know that this has certainly been a process that I always go through or have been going through. And, we're all going through it together, I guess. Well, best wishes to you. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.